I'm going to show you guys a quick little device I threw together for helping with belt wrap. I know that the Australian people have something like a, I don't remember who makes it, Dingo or something like that. They put an idler here to help with belt wrap and to help keep the belt from being able to oscillate back and forth so much right here. And that helps with throwing belts. Well, this is the stock air-conditioned tensioner that's usually mounted down in here somewhere when you get these junkyard motors. And we usually just take something like a sledgehammer or an old axle and loosen the power steering pump bolts all the way out from the block and whatnot, and then whack it, and it just usually shears off right around in this area. I found that if you take, well, you can't really see too well here, but I cut that out just a little bit underneath there with a cutoff wheel, just enough so that the knob that sticks off the back of this sets down in that ledge. So it only takes one bolt to hold it in place. Then it can't go down anymore because it's catching underneath here on that lip. It's kind of like a swivel, but it never wants to come up, because up would be fighting the belt. It only ever wants to go down. And since it can't go down and the tensioner's locked there because it's going backwards, that gives you a free idler. Just took the right number of washers behind it there to space it out just right. You just pick out, mine took 3 washers of different lengths, and you see it lines up perfect with the belt. So that's just a quick and easy and free, cost you a couple washers and maybe a little bit of a cutoff wheel to make it line up in there right. But that's strong, that ain't going anywhere, and as you see it pushes the belt in just enough to stop it, to touch against it, so it doesn't give it any it can't really oscillate back and forth here when you're idling after, or revving down after a high rev pull, which is usually what makes these belts throw off. So I figured I would just share that. It's free. You could also, I was going to run a strip of aluminum between these 2 bolts and this bolt, and then just bolt this fast to the aluminum like this. I could have just bolted that, made that so that it bolted between these 2 bolts, and then I could have just bolted this to 2 holes in this, but this was quicker, and save that strip of aluminum for another day, and we'll see how this works. We'll see if it wants to rock back and forth or do anything funky in here. I don't think it will. If I had an aluminum welder, I would just aluminum weld this end fast right there and make it a permanent fixture, and then that bolt would just be able to come in and out for removing the bracket. Alright, that's it.